and I am your hostess today. Welcome to the Bariatrics and Tips Kitchen. I cannot wait to cook for you. It's been a little bit of a long time since this has occurred. Just so you know, it wasn't anything intentional. We had a huge, busy summer schedule. What are you doing, Maya?
Let me grab.
Don't float.
Don't let me.
Is it okay?
Won't let me turn it.
Oh, well, hold on, you guys. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Does everything look okay, Maya? Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Hold on. All right. 1 minute, everyone. Hi, Betty. Thanks for bearing with us with these technical difficulties. All right. Take two. I am back. Again, I'm Michelle with Bariatrics and Tips. I can't wait to cook for you. It's been a little while since we have been together. It was not intentional. We had a very busy summer schedule with kids and marching band, and then I did have some hip surgery in the middle of August. So I'm recovering very well. I'm probably gonna make this short and sweet, but I wanted to cook for you today because my husband actually asked for this recipe today. So I kind of changed it up really quick. We're gonna make my friend Wendy's chili. So for anyone who frequents a certain fast food restaurant by the same name and loves the chili like I do, this is a really great bariatricized knockoff that is going to send your taste buds into seventh heaven, okay? So I love finding ways to reinvent recipes. I love to find flavor in everything that I do. I take my bariatric journey very, very seriously. And it's been 8 years for me. I've lost over 130 pounds. I feel great. I've managed to keep it off. That doesn't mean that I've fluctuated here and there with, you know, the winter weight, a couple pounds here and there, and certainly the disadvantage of having a hip issue over the last 2 years. But things are good. There's always hope. You always find joy in the journey. And one of the ways you can do that is to live large, cook and eat small, and find flavor in everything that you do. This recipe is not cooking small. It does require quite a bit of ingredients, but I always like to freeze half, and then I save half, and then I put them in individual portions. So I think you're gonna really like this. There's lots of versatility. It freezes beautifully. It microwaves beautifully. You can make it on the stove in a Dutch oven, or you can make it in the crock pot before you head out for the day. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you my friend Wendy's chili recipe. But wait, there's more. Please say hi to my camera girl, Maya. Hiya, Maya.
Hi.
She rolled her eyes at me. It seems like old times. Anyways, let's come on over here and we will do a review of the ingredients. I've got my recipe right over here. Maya, come look at all these ingredients, okay? First, we're gonna start off with 2 pounds of cooked ground meat. This is, the recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. This is actually a combination, 1 pound each of ground turkey and extra lean ground beef. So I believe it's 85% ground turkey and 96% lean ground beef. So there really wasn't a lot of fat that I needed to drain. Maya, if you can zoom in on this, you can see that I've got everything cooked. You can't even tell which is the turkey, which is the ground beef. It's a great way to blend flavors, maximize protein, and really make sure that you've got a protein powerhouse of a dish. Because as we know, protein is going to be what keeps you full. And I love to have high protein meals that get me from point A to point B so I don't have to worry about snacking and then I'm just good. Okay. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Ruby. Thanks for being here today. I really appreciate it. So I've got this already made. I am turning the heat on so we can get things going. But let's look at our spices and our ingredients. Maya, come on over here. We started with 2 pounds of ground meat. We are going to use a quart of tomato juice. And this is one of the things that I like most about this recipe is that it uses tomato juice. And it is a great no-brainer way to add tons of flavor without a lot of calories, okay? So we've got a can each of dark red kidney beans and pinto beans, both of them rinsed and drained. Not 100% wonderfully, but just good enough, okay? Thank you for that close-up. We've got a 29-ounce can of tomato puree. I always like to do the no salt added because I like to be in charge of my salt intake. We are going to use a large onion chopped. This was a Mac Daddy of an onion, and it looks like it's coming in at a whopping 3 cups, but it's nice and chopped and diced, and it's going to be fantastic. We've got a 1/2 cup of diced celery. We've got a 1/2 cup of green pepper. And actually, I think I just realized that my recipe calls for a 1/4 cup. So when we put this in, I'll kind of leave some left. I used a full green pepper, and this is just what it yielded. As far as spices, we are going to use 1 to 3 tablespoons, yes, tablespoons of chili powder. Our magic number for our family, because my husband is, let's just say it without him being here, a wuss. I'm just going to use a tablespoon, and then I'll spice it up the way that I want when I have my own bowl. We are going to do a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon each of black pepper, oregano, sugar, and cayenne pepper. Now for the sugar, you can opt to use sugar substitute, or you can just leave it out. I actually forgot to take it out of here, so trust me, I will make sure that I put it in. Whew. All right, come on over here. This is getting hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do, obviously, is in a Dutch oven, brown the meat and drain if needed. I have done that for us in the essence of time and space, okay? It looks pretty righteous. And really, everything else you're gonna do is add the remaining ingredients. So let's go for the onions. I wanna make sure those get cooked, although you are gonna cook this for a couple hours, so I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be cooked to perfection. All right, let's get that mixed up. All right. If you guys have questions about any of the ingredients, the gadgets, the tricks, tips, anything you hear today, please make sure you chime in. We will try our best to address it in real time, and if we can't, I will make sure that I review the transcripts and get everything answered for you anyway. All right, here's the celery coming in the kill. Here's the green pepper. I'm gonna short it a little. There we go, because I had too much. All right, mixing it all up. It's looking pretty righteous. All right, this was a sweet onion, by the way. You can use whatever you want. Vidalia, sweet onion. Kind of feel like those are pretty interchangeable. Okay, let's put in the beans. We've got a can each of pinto. Get in there, you guys. Everything's out there. And the dark red kidney beans. All right, Maya, I'm gonna throw these away. Let's go right over to the garbage can. Let's give it a stir. All right. I don't know where, I know Kim is in Michigan, but Kimberly and Ruby, if you want to let us know where you are, it is becoming chili season here in West Michigan. So this recipe is going to be very well received today at my dinner table. All right, looking good. Let's get our tomato puree. Look at that, nice and thick. But that looks really good to you, Maya. Said no one ever. Maya is not fond of the tomato. Yes, we're trying to change that, but leopards can't change their spots too easily, if at all. All right, I'm gonna mix this. I just like to mix everything and integrate it as I put it in. That's obviously just my preference. You can do what works for you. The really great thing about recipes in general is that really they serve as a framework. You know, you can definitely ad-lib and cater these to the needs of you and your family, especially where the spices are concerned. Okay, Now let's get the tomato juice in. Maya, come over here for a minute. This was the smallest thing of Campbell's tomato juice that I could get. It's 1 quart, 14 ounces. So I'm just going to measure out about 14 ounces in here, and then I know that I've got my quart. All right. Okay, so all of this goes in. This is where the magic happens. All right. These containers, just fun fact, are really good to rinse out and wash, take off the label, and you can bring Crystal Light or the drink of your choice to work with you. I've done that quite often. It's not easily thrown away, that is for sure. All right, let's start with our spices. Remember, 1 to 3 tablespoons of chili powder. 1 tablespoon is the sweet spot for my family. Well, and by that I mean husband. All right, 1 teaspoon of cumin. This will really add some good depth of flavor. I love cumin. It's one of my favorite spices. There's 1 teaspoon. All right, what's next? 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. Another one of my favorites. I have found, hold on. There we go. This is like, it's too deep. Okay, there's my 1 teaspoon. And then, can't reach it. There's my 1/2 teaspoon. It might have been a little more, but I'm not gonna cringe on too much garlic, that's for sure. All right, after the garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. I could have had this done beforehand, but I wanted to give you the full cooking experience. All right. All right, now 1/2 teaspoon each of the next 3 ground black pepper. There's 1. Oregano. Whoops. That's 2. And cayenne. Yay. Spice is nice. All right. Now we'll give this a stir. My directions state that you're going to let this simmer for a good 1 to 3 hours before you want to serve it. Our family dinner tonight is at 5, so this should give me a good 2 hours plus to do that. If you're serving it to the masses at home, obviously feel free to serve it up with a salad. My boys want cornbread tonight, so I am appeasing them. And I'm making corn muffins. Yeah, don't smirk at them, Maya. You like them. Trust me, you like boys. Boys, Adam and Dad. Yeah. Yes, family dinner tonight at 5 o'clock. Be there or be square. Glad that my daughter knows what's going on. You heard it here first. All right. So check this out. Maya, you really want to pan in. This is good stuff. You know, as it comes to a boil and cooks down, the celery will turn a little less vibrant, but this is truly one of the best recipes, one of the best chili knockoff recipes that I've ever had. Another fun fact, my husband and I have been married 2023, almost 25 years, and I've never had a loyal, strong allegiance to a chili recipe until I started making this a couple of years ago. I could always take or leave chili. This one is amazing. I think it's the best of all worlds. It definitely reminds me of that wonderful fast food restaurants chili. If you find that it's too thick, you can add a little bit more tomato juice. You can certainly withhold salt or any of the spices depending on what you like. But with a husband that is particular in his taste and his spice palette, this is a complete win-win for both him and I. So you can serve it with more onion on top. I like to use hot sauce. They do that at that restaurant too. And then you can obviously put some cheese on top. Shredded Monterey Jack or sharp cheddar is delicious. You can serve it with crackers, cornbread. You can do whatever you want because you are the boss, which is the wonderful thing about cooking. You know, I always think that the difference between baking and cooking, baking is chemistry. It is a science, but cooking allows you to be very creative, and I like that. Are there any questions at all? No? All right, well, maybe everyone's saving it for the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to put the lid on this, turn up the heat a little bit, let it do its own thing. And that, my friends, is how I'm cooking dinner today, okay? I want to thank you for your time. It was really quick. It was like a 15-minute get ready thing. The other thing you can do if you want, if you didn't have the Dutch oven, don't forget, you can use the crock pot. And if you want to spare or to save more time with the crock pot, buy those plastic crock pot liners, so that way you have very little cleanup at the end and you've got a great go-to for the winter, okay? So I appreciate your time today. Please make sure you stay tuned to future recipe demonstrations. I'm trying to get more scheduled now that things are kind of leveling out and I'm feeling a lot better. You'll see some more recipe demonstrations scheduled. If you have any ideas on things that you want to see, certainly let me know. Trying to cater the recipe demonstrations around my own personal food planning and meal planning, just so that way I can make dinner for my family and for you guys all at the same time, okay? So thank you once again. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday and always find joy in the journey.